Declare war on what is easy, not as an idea, but as a discipline. Because beneath every life story is a single governing force, choice. And most people misunderstand this completely. They speak of privilege, circumstance, timing, luck, as if these forces erase responsibility. They do not. Unless a person is stripped of all agency, choice remains intact. It may be constrained, it may be pressured, but it is never absent. For those of us born into relative stability, access to food, water, safety, and opportunity, the question is not whether life allows choice. It does. The question is what we do with it. If you want to change the trajectory of your life, you do not wait for a different chapter. You change the hand that is writing it. That hand is your daily decisions, and there are more of them than most people ever acknowledge. Hundreds per day, tens of thousands per month. Over a lifetime, well over 1 million moments where direction is quietly chosen. Most of these decisions are not deliberate. They are automatic, habitual, almost invisible. And for most people, they are governed by a single principle: ease. Easy is not neutral. It is a quiet force that shapes behavior without permission. When you choose what is easiest in the moment, you do not simply save effort. You surrender authorship. You hand over the pen, and over time that surrender compounds. A life is formed not through dramatic failures or victories, but through the accumulation of small, repeated concessions to comfort, until eventually the individual is no longer the author of their life, but a character inside it, predictable, reactive, slightly regretful, but rarely changed. Look closely at an ordinary day. What is eaten, how the body is treated, how attention is spent, how work is approached, how frustration is handled, how time is dissolved into distraction, television, social media, games, passive consumption, sleep delayed, discipline postponed. None of these choices appear significant in isolation, and yet they are the architecture of a life. If two people share the same 24 hours, why do their lives diverge so dramatically? Why does one accumulate stability, health, and freedom, while another accumulates pressure, fatigue, and dependence? The difference is not mystery, it is direction. One person consistently chooses difficulty in the short term to reduce difficulty in the long term. The other chooses comfort in the short term and inherits its consequences later. This is not moral superiority, it is mechanical reality. There is a scene that reveals this clearly: a park, children playing, a parent nearby, physically present but mentally absent, not watching, not engaged, not attentive. Instead, the gaze is locked to a small glowing screen. Scroll, refresh, scroll again. The world reduces to a feed of interruptions. Life continues in full physical presence. Children climbing, running, calling out, unobserved. Not because of malice, but because attention has been captured by something easier than reality. And this is the modern form of the same force. Not substance, not violence, something quieter, something socially accepted, something frictionless, something called ease. Because it is easier to scroll than to observe, easier to consume than to engage, easier to escape than to be present. And anything that is repeatedly easier will eventually become dominant, even over instinct, even over responsibility, even over love in moments where attention is fragmented enough. This is the true mechanism behind modern life. Not chaos, not collapse, but substitution. Reality replaced, moment by moment, with something easier. And so the central question returns. Not what do you believe, not what do you intend, but what do you repeatedly choose when no one is watching?